Hi there, how are you doing? I'm just jumping on for a quick impromptu and I'm just checking to see if I'm in the right place. Impromptu live here. I've been busy on my social media and I thought it was time that I had a little a little time chatting and saying hi. So anyway, today I thought I would share with you some unusual tools that I have in my craft room because I'm sure I'm not alone. And I challenge you to come up with some really interesting tools that you have that we would least expect to find in your craft room. And you know what? If you don't have a craft room, don't worry. You can still play along with this game, okay? Because you could share with us maybe an unusual hack of something you have in your bathroom that you would least expect it, or in the kitchen, or maybe you have something in your car that's like a really handy dandy tool that we would least expect to find. But I really can't wait to hear and share with you some of my ideas. So some of the things you might be like, yeah, I have that in my craft room, but maybe you don't. So some things that I have in my craft room that I use as tools. Well, one of the great things I have is a gift card. Okay, so the gift card I use for various different things. I use it for sizing, obviously, when I'm making something for a gift card holder. But what I also use it for is re-inking my ink pads. What do you use to re-ink your ink pads? So that's what I use. It's a spreading tool. So an old credit card or a gift card, a spreading tool, right? Another thing I have is this beaten up old nail file kind of smoothie thing. And I also have another nail file too. Now, what do I use these for? Can you guess? I use this for cleaning off the edges of my paper. Sometimes they get these little burrs on the edges of the paper, and it's just a really good thing just to clean those off. And this tool comes in super handy for that purpose. All right, next thing I have is a clothes peg. Do you have one of these in your stash of stuff? Now, I use clothes pegs for holding things together if they're not sticking so well, but primarily I use it when I'm using my heat tool. So when I'm embossing and using a heat tool, then rather than me holding something really small with a heat tool right next to it, I have a tendency to hold on to, let me show you here, hold on to, and I was doing this earlier on today, hold on to the paper with my clothes peg, and then I can get that heat tool nice and close and I don't burn my fingers. Okay, another thing. I always have pokey tools. Oh, and I also have another tip. So I have pokey tools, and whether it's for pushing pieces out of those dies or whether it's for putting a little bit of glue in a specific place, I have a pokey tool. But also I use my nail file if I need to make it nice and sharp. I bring in my nail file and give it a little point. So those are another handy tools. Okay, and also talking about pokey tools, then I have this, and look at this, isn't this cute? One of my ladies, Monique, put this together for me because we're always talking about this in my classes. Now, you must have these, I'm sure. These, and the joke is always on me because I'm like, we call them something different in England than they called in America. So I'm never quite sure sometimes which terminology to use. So these, I believe, yeah, these are called cocktail sticks in England, and here they're called toothpicks. So I have these, and we're often talking about them and using them, but these are really good for applying that tiny little bit of glue when you need to. So those are some of the things. What else do I have? Okay, I have alcohol wipes. Alcohol wipes are great if you have your paper scissors and they've got some sticky residue on. Maybe you've used them for cutting dimensionals or something that's got glue on. Don't use anything that's got an oil on it to clean off these little paper snips. Use something like an alcohol wipe. Cleans them off, no nasty residue. And also something else I do, I've got a guillotine cutter for my paper, so I often clean off my guillotine blade with that as well. But be super, super careful because easy to get cut, and equally easy to get cut when you're cleaning off these blades of the scissors. And you're going to recognize when you get cut with these and you're cleaning with an alcohol wipe. Believe me, I have done it. So those are some of the fun tools that I have, unusual tools that I have in my craft room. Maybe not so unusual, but anyway, they're not usually sold as crafting tools. So I'd love to hear any hacks that you might have that you use tools for different reasons and different purposes. Anyway, thanks for joining me. Speak to you soon. Hi, Jenny. I'm just leaving. Watch the replay. Bye.